you. Okay, expression. So, I have a lot of things in my mind. It's good to right now to tell everything what's gonna stop me. Is there something gonna stop me to holding on? It's just kind of feeling like, oh, it's not something like some subconscious mind will just stop you to approach girls, or is there something like an effort here? It's like, oh, I'm not sexually attracted to girls or whatever here, or not especially this kind of girl. And it's true here is that what is true is that I'm not attracted to most of the girls here. Women in the world. There's a lot of women who are not really attractive. I mean, they're fat and all kind of things like that. It's like, I don't care, you know. Sex dolls are better, you guys, you know. Unless in sex, for sure, you know. But even, I don't know, I don't say like sex dolls are better for companionship. Sex dolls are more attractive than, you know, sex dolls are really physically attractive here. And that's amazing. Sex dolls are physically attractive than most women here. But sex dolls don't have companionship skills or any other kind of thing here, guys. Like, sex dolls are bad for companionship here, for sure, you know. For sex, it's kind of like a so-so here. Is because sex dolls are no real physical, biological, I guess, function here. So sex dolls are like a so-so here. Imagine this work, guys. Intelligence matters more than people think here in different contexts, especially like a long term, guys. Intelligence doesn't matter that much in the short term here, but when it comes to 10 year, 100 year, 1 million year, intelligence matter more and more and more and more because more years and more time goes past by here. And it's because very important in a long shot here. That's why humans are here. If you have an IQ like 80 here, you're gonna have a hard time holding life, guys. You know? You have a hard time now, but imagine 10 years, guys, and you have a very, very difficult time here. Imagine 100 years, you have a very, very, very difficult, guys. Imagine some guy who has an IQ of 80 here. He have a really hard time to use computers or in social skills even. You need to be a very quality here. When it comes to man here, you need to have some shit going on here. So there's a lot of airhead. Airhead is kind of person who have nothing going on in hand here. It's kind of a derogatory term here. Some girls like intelligent guys. Am I intelligent? I say like, yeah, I'm like top 10% of intelligence when it comes to men or women in general here. And when it comes to some girls in local area, some place where I'm like top 1,000, you know. I'm like, there's only like one girl in 1,000 who's even equal my intelligence here. But when it comes to like philosophical, this kind of a word knowledge, then I become incredibly more rare here. Okay, so let's get here to facts straight here. Okay, what is it? Your mind can be separate because like your sex and your wellness fluctuating is one aspect of the song here. What do you really want in your life? I have this phenomenon here in my mind like here is that so many foreigners usually go for very ugly girls in different places of the world. Imagine like me going to Argentina, like some foreigner go to Argentina and they date some ugly Argentina women here. Then they go in any place in the world, they always date some below average girls from those places in Asia. Even he's above average looking here. Imagine like you are above average looking for Indonesia here. I'm more better looking than most Indonesian man here. Am I or not? It depends really. I have a longer nose than Indonesian man. I have a more defined cheekbones than Indonesian man. Indonesian have a very thick noses, the women and men here. And that's super unattractive. Indonesian men are really ugly, guys. And let's be honest, Indonesian women are very ugly. And I'm sure if the women are very ugly, the men are also maybe ugly. But it doesn't mean that the men are ugly because women are ugly here. Because what is make women ugly can be masculine here. You know, the women need to be feminine to be attractive here. But some of the masculinity here can be attractive too here. I like girls who are very slim here. And the fatness is not necessarily absolute feminine characteristic here. It can be a little bit here, this kind of a rounder features with a feminine here. I like girls very slim though here. And that means they're a little bit more masculine their looks because of the lack of the fatness of these girls I'm attracted to. I'm attracted to a little bit more like, I like very feminine behavior and the physical here, but the physical characteristic and body, some body shape is more masculine, like especially here, a little bit the nose maybe. I don't like thick noses, whether a woman, man here more here. I like feminine and very small noses for sure, you know. So the nose, but I like this kind of straightness of the nose here. But I also like very much some masculine characters to girls. What is kind of like a narrow, I don't know if it's a masculine character to have a narrow face here. Anyway, so here it's kind of like, it's difficult to really put that here. Masculine characters really have like very wide face here and not feminine character here. However, woman face shape is a little different here. I don't like masculine in jaw here, like very like round, I like very sharp, squarish, and I don't really like some squarish features of the women anyways here. It's kind of difficult. I like a V shape here. What is a feminine character here? So here's the big problem. Many women want to have a kids with a very masculine man here, but the problem is that the daughters are usually not attractive here. I see a lot of people like in a place like Iran here. It's quite crazy. Many Iran women have baby with very masculine Iranian look, and then the daughter have a very hook nose, Arabian nose, is attractive, and they have to rhino surgery because they have kids. Isn't it crazy here, okay? So, that so many women, they prefer have a man who have a very long nose, okay? So, but it makes the daughter have a very long nose, and it's not attractive to girl here. And the daughter has to have rhino surgery because that. And so the women doesn't always make best choices when it comes to ideal genetics for the offspring here, because a man is too masculine, the masculine characteristic. And when they have the daughters become ugly here, and then they spend a lot of money for plastic surgery to get off that masculine aspect here, to become more feminine here. It's crazy here. It's so insane here. But that's the war is insane here. The women who have a kids very masculine man here, a very long nose, and then the daughters okay, so is that if the women want to have very beautiful daughters, they don't need to have the most handsome man here. It doesn't make sense. If you want to have a beautiful daughters as a woman, you don't need to have the most handsome man here, or most masculine man to have a beautiful daughters. Okay? So no, women should not really focus that much of that element to here. Okay? So, it's kind of funny. If women want to have a very beautiful daughters, they should not really focus very masculine man here, like guy here. They can give attractive sons, but they don't give attractive daughters. It's kind of crazy here. Is that what gender the women have? Take a look on Sylvester Stallone daughters. They're not really attractive. They're too masculine here, and maybe because of masculine and the mother give that his daughters are too masculine here, and they're not attractive here. In my opinion, to Sylvester Stallone here, it's just shown about it is that the masculinity is problem here when it comes to physical attraction sometimes here, and many women, if they only prefer to have most masculine, then the daughters are masculine. Everybody's masculine eventually here. And like we're looking for a place like Ireland here, or like some places where people are very masculine here, or look if women and men are masculine here, and that means that men are attractive and women are unattractive here. And imagine like the women are fat and masculine, super unattractive here, and that's why Ireland is maybe the worst country in the whole world here. Like Ireland, UK, like Canada, like these are most ugliest countries in the world, the women population. New Zealand, because of that kind of a preference of masculinization of the face, and some level Arabian women too here, okay, so when it comes to East Asia, like Thailand, and Japan and Korea, where people are more focused femininity here, okay, so, and the people like China, they are not really super masculine, everyone, the man and woman here. And that's cool, that's make the female attractive and man not so attractive here. The men are more pretty, but they're not really handsome. The Chinese men are not really that handsome in general here. In our average here, Chinese here. They are more pretty than handsome here. And European men are maybe average more handsome than Chinese here, guys in general here. Am I handsome? Am I pretty? And I think myself like I'm more handsome than pretty here. Am I more cute than handsome? It's difficult like here they vary as well, okay, so here if the physical description am I just quite ugly here, and I say like so it depends on person. I'm not that good looking. I'm just like 5'10" here. I'm just 5'10". My jaw is not too sharp, well, I just have plastic surgery, not surgery really. This video is over here. Let me